Hi, I'm Kadito Nyakaw, Alvin M. Brave. I'm going to discuss the plotting sheet of radar. First of all is the 0 degrees. As can you see, the red arrow in the right side, the arrow, the scale, kana siya kay 0 degree man, ato siya ibutang sa center. And then, kay 0 degrees man, straight lang iyang arrow. Then, makita ninyo, the right side and katong na blue, ato na siyang i-drag to the center kay 0 degrees man siya, mo nang ato na i-drag siya sa center. And then after that, humana na kay 0 degrees man, nakita ang 12 minutes dire dapita, mo na yung object niya. And then that's all.
As soon as we receive our echo, we cannot really determine because all we have is the range and bearing of the target vessel. We need to continue monitor to find more information. After getting the third plot, each of these plots is 6 minutes apart and the full range is 12 minutes. To find the CPA, we need to draw a line straight to the middle. Now, the closest approach of this example is 0. If we do nothing, there will be a collision. To find out how long the collision is, to measure how the target vessel has traveled in the 12 minutes we have been plotting.
Good morning, sir. I'm Decadit Kumakob Giovanni Jr. and I'm going to discuss on how to get the TCPA or time of closest point at approach. So, ang first natong buhaton kay magkuha tag distance from our first target into the center. So, pagkatapos natong makakuha og distance sa first target padong sa atong barko, sa atong buhaton kay mongarita diri sa kanidiri sa kilid og atong isukol og pila ka miles o nautical miles ang distance niya. So ang distance niya kay 3.3 nautical miles. Ang pagkatapos ana ato nang i-calculate para makuha nato ang iyang TCPA. So kay 12 minutes man, so atong ikuan ang 12 times 3.3, ang 3.3 nakuha ni nato sa dire gikan sa atong barko padong sa atong first target ang iyang distance, so mo nang 3.3. So 12 times 3.3 over 1.5 is equals 26 minutes. So mao na siya ang time nga possible magka collision. So ang kanideng 1.5 nga miles nga atong nakuha is diri ni nato nakuha sa kaning nga tulo nga target. Ang distance niya from kani nga una nga target padong diri sa last target, so ang iyang distance is 1.5 nautical miles.
Good day, sir. I am Clifford Velasco, one of the members of Group 10. So now I'm going to continue the discussion of the previous reporter. So now we have to identify the course and speed of our target. So before we do that, we have to identify this naming or labels. We have W2O, way of our own vessel, and W2A, way of another vessel. So as you have seen here, the red arrow, that's the relative position of our vessel. So now, in order to get the course of our targets, we have to draw a line. So as you have seen, it's a blue arrow. We have to draw a line from W to A as for the target's position, and after drawing a line, we have to drag it to the center in order to get the bearing. So now we have already identified the course of our target. It was marked as 303 degrees. The next one is we have to get the speed of our target. In order to do that, we have to measure this W to A and drag it to this distance scale. So now it is seen that it is 1.1 miles in 12 minutes. So in order to do that, we have to multiply both by 5 in order to get the 5.5 and turn 12 minutes to an hour. So now we have already identified or multiplied the 1.1 by 5, and the result would be 5.5 knots as for our speed. So the next one is the aspect. This might be a little tricky because the aspect, this is our bearing from the perspective of our target. So in order to get the aspect, we have to move the arrow to its actual position here, as you have seen here, and draw this moon sign in order to get the angle. And then in order to get our bearing from the perspective of our target, we have to drag it to the center. And as you have seen, this line here forming, we have to reciprocate it. So now it is somehow, or it is right now reciprocated. It is 225 degrees reading. So here. So before we jump onto that, we are on the port side from our target's perspective. So in order to get the aspect from our 225 degrees course or bearing, and the 303 degrees of their course, it has to be subtracted. So in result, we have the 78 degrees. So that's what we put here in our aspect. As for the red, because that's our vessel, and this is how it looks like, our vessel. So in order to avoid a collision, as per collision regulation, the red one, our round vessel, we have to let the other vessel pass through, and we can pass through the stern part of the target's vessel. So that's all. Thank you.